Hello, welcome to the stream, JT Rubeski. Has been a little bit, but it's good to have you here. Today we're doing some long drive as usual. Yeah, we should probably just get right into it. Hope you've been going well. Hmm. Not hearing audio. Okay, there we go. You building your first PC? Oh, that's cool. What kind of specs are you looking to have? Honestly, building a computer is a lot of fun, at least for me. Just something that's very enjoyable to do, you know? Oh, we have a building already. That was quick. Still doing research. Ah, that's fair. I have some advice if you want it. Ads. Oh yeah, Twitch does them really early for some reason, and then doesn't do them for ages. I'll wait till they're over. I was saying Twitch does ads really early for some reason, and then doesn't do them for like half an hour or something, which is kind of strange. But I was saying, my advice for building a computer is you probably don't need a super expensive fancy case unless you really want one. Like any old case will do. Why aren't there any metric tape measures? I mean, of course you can. Oh, you have the case already? Yeah, that's fine then. I didn't realize you'd already been buying parts or yeah, stuff like that. Sounds like you're pretty knowledgeable, so I won't really give you advice unless you want it, and I'm actually sure there's better resources out there than me, because I've only built like 2 or 3 computers in my time. Hello, one and only user. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're going well. Another day, another long drive. Yep. Not that knowledgeable, but any tips are welcome. Hmm. So it's very easy to go like overkill on a computer, depending on what you want to do with it. Like unless you're playing the absolute most modern demanding games, you probably don't need something that's like 128 gigs of RAM, DDR5, latest CPU. I mean, sure you can go that route if you want to, but it's going to be more expensive, and it's kind of a waste if you're not actually intending to use it for its full capacity. The computer I'm using now has 32 gigabytes of RAM. And to be honest, even that is probably overkill because I've done exactly this, played this game and streamed at the same time on a computer with 8 gigs of RAM and integrated graphics, and there was no noticeable difference. So it really depends on what you're planning to do with it. But obviously you don't want to like make something that's super weak either. You know what I think is kind of funny? Choosing an operating system is becoming more of a thing again. Because it used to be, oh, you just go with Windows if you're playing games. But now Linux is decently good for gaming as well. And Windows 11 sucks so bad. Let's take that into consideration, yeah. Yeah, what are you planning to do on it, if you don't mind me asking? If it's just playing like your average Steam game, will probably not need too much, although that's a massive generalization, because it really depends on what you're wanting to play. Just games, yeah. For example, that computer I mentioned earlier, where I was playing this game and streaming just fine. Sure, it was fine for a long drive, but I guarantee that BeamNG would have run horrible on that machine because BeamNG is far more demanding. Whoa. Look at this, another cursed intersection. That's a 6-way. Not as bad as the 7-way intersection we saw the other day, but still very strange. Data Rubeski says that's the first time I've seen an intersection in this game. Well, to be fair, this is the beta version. You don't find the intersections in the normal build because that's not quite... I mean, that hasn't been updated yet. This is the upcoming version test. Oh. Anyways, one on the user. What have you been up to? Hope you've had a good day. I mean, I hope everyone's had a good day. Can't complain. Fair enough. I forgot to mention the other stream on what was it? On Tuesday night. I ordered a set of replacement fuses for my new video camera because of the little accident. Literally 2 hours after getting it, I hooked it up backwards and blew the fuse on the inside. And I thought I'd killed it entirely, but nope, just the fuse. And I also just realized you guys have not seen this camera yet, so I will get a picture up for you. I really need to have these things worked out before the streams, you know. But oh well, here it is. Check it out. It's a Konica Color CV compact video camera, model CV-300, and it sports a new Cosvicon tube. It's a very cool shape. I love the sort of grip you have on it while using it. It's an underrated form factor. And what's cool about this, well, apart from many things, is it is the last consumer video camera to use a tube to capture the image as opposed to a more modern image sensor like a charge coupled device, CCD. This actually uses a tube. I'm not quite sure how it works, but what I do know is that it provides very interesting video effects. Like if you take it into a low light condition, any of the light sources will sort of streak across the camera when you move it, and it's awesome. Once I get it working again, I'm gonna do some videos, maybe streams with it. Actually got another photo here because I I took it apart. I actually have a few photos I took with it because I hooked it up to a capture card. I know this isn't the most exciting thing for most people, but I haven't done a Tech Talk time in ages, so consider this a Tech Talk time. Here's what it looks like on the inside. Look at that. If you look towards the middle of the handle here, you can actually see the image sensor tube, the Vidicon. Or, well, it's a Cosvicon, but it's the same technology, just a different brand. It's absolutely fascinating, and I'll show some of the images I took with it. They're not the best quality, and it's definitely it is a video camera, so of course any photos aren't going to be great, but here's one. I'm surprised at how well it does colors, actually. Today, well, no, not today. The day I took this was overcast, so that's why there's a entirely washed out sky there. Here's the next one. This is looking in a different direction, where it wasn't entirely overcast, so you can see a bit of the cloud formations and the street light and silhouette there. Reminds you of an Uncanny Valley picture. It kind of does. It kind of does. But yeah, you can get very artsy with it. Sadly, I can't show the video I took with it here, but it's on my YouTube channel. Here's the other picture I took. Very artsy. And what I like about this one, this is barely a gaming stream anymore, but this is how all my streams turn out. I just end up talking about random stuff. Is if I zoom in, you can actually see the cross-hatching pattern of the face of the tube. Like you can see that sort of like that fly screen mesh look like you get when looking into an old TV. But because this is the same technology as an old TV, kind of just in reverse, capturing an image instead of displaying one, you still get that appearance. It's pretty cool. You like the last one, the one with the street light? I will say that's one of my favorites as well. Right. Oh, no, 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 no. Maybe I'll make that camera into an emote. Don't mind if I do. I'll take the bouncing fuel. Yeah, it's the smallest and the last consumer video camera to have a tube. And what's the most amazing thing about it is it's just a camera. There is no recording capabilities built into it. It is just a camera. You have to plug it into a VCR or something that captures its video output. And they actually sold it would have been sold with a tiny, like, shoulder carried VCR at the time. I used to have one actually a few months ago, but I sold it because I didn't think I'd actually find the camera it went with, which is annoying. But I can just use a capture card on a laptop or a phone, so that works just as well. For how much? How much did I sell it for, or how much did I buy the camera for? I paid $15 for the video recorder, and I sold it for, I think, $80. This is Australian dollars, by the way. And I paid $10 for the camera, like, plus $30 shipping. Anyways, I care about having the camera more than having the VCR because I've got loads of VCRs. And the portable ones, while cool, they are often a bit less reliable. Something interesting I've noticed is that the older Panasonic VCRs, and National as well, because National is Panasonic, they're very hit or miss. It's kind of funny actually, because every Panasonic VCR I've had from the 80s and earlier has not worked, except for that portable one, which did work. And I guess my reasoning was like, oh no, if it works now, it's not going to be working for much longer, so I should sell it as soon as possible. But the later ones are really good, like the 90s and 2000s Panasonic ones. They don't have the cool styling that the early ones did, but they're much more reliable from my experience. God, this has got to be the most entertaining content on Twitch. Listening to me talk about different breeds of video recorders while driving in the long drive. In a car that looks like an Evangelion. Guess you just had bad luck. Don't go to Vegas. I mean, don't go to Vegas, period, is good advice. The car looks like Easter. There's a lot of things the car looks like. Looks like PS2 mouse and keyboard ports, because they're purple and green as well. User says they like how interested I am into them. I mean, it's something I'm passionate about. And, of course, when you're passionate about something, you'll try and talk to it about other people. What looks like this car? The car looks like things, but what does the car look like? What things look like the car, I mean. Yeah, language. Language is a bitch. Things. Yes. New fuses are coming for that video camera because There was actually an entirely forgotten standard for video cameras from that time. The way they're connected to VCRs. They each had the same plug, which supplied 12 volts DC to the camera and took the video in the composite video form and audio. So what you can do is you can get some like wires or alligator clips or something, and basically attach each one to the pins, because the pinout's available online. And then you can supply the camera with its 12 volts from an external power supply, and you can take the video out and pipe it into a capture card or a regular home VCR or whatever. I flipped it upside down and the fuse broke. Yeah, what happened was, while wiring it up for like the third time, the first two times I got it right, I connected the positive to negative and the negative to positive, and electronics generally don't like that, so especially complex electronics like a video camera. So it sort of it didn't even pop or anything. It just went bleh and died. So after that, I opened it up and discovered the blown fuse. And I'm hoping it's just the fuse that's blown, although if there's transistors that have gone as well, that's going to be a pain. The turkey says, I also got a 3 broken 3D printer from my buddy, and I just now today got it working. Oh, nice. What you gonna print? I gotta say, I own a 3D printer as well. And there's something I've been thinking about for a while, is letting people send in models for me to 3D print. Like that'd be a bits thing, like if you donate $10, I'll print whatever you send me. Within reason, of course, gotta be Twitch safe, and it's not gonna use up $40 worth of filament or something. I'm not sure when I'll ever get that sort of thing up and running. Oh, rock. The turkey says I printed a Banshee to start, but I'm printing a knife now. Soon I'm gonna print an iPod mini shell. Ah, cool. Here's a fun fact, actually. Quite a few of my body parts are 3D printed for some of my other forms. Like if you've seen my Mikoyan form, good chunk of my face is 3D printed. Could probably get a picture up of that if you haven't seen it, but we'll do that at the next stop. I think most people who are on this channel have seen that already. One of the users says, cool to know, yep. Ooh, bit of a bounce there. This game should have an airtime counter. That's a feature I'm waiting for in like a mod or something. An airtime counter. Or like a stunt meter as well. The turkey says, speaking of iPods, I now own 51 of them. Well, congratulations, you've beat my record. That's a lot of iPods. You now own almost as many iPods as I own iPhone 4s. I've got like 60 of those. And I'm pretty sure they're gonna start filtering through en masse now. Because Australia just shut down the 3G network. That's what the iPhone 4 uses, so everyone who is still using them are going to be throwing them out. Which will be opportunities for me. Less than half of them work properly, but that's part of the fun. I'd say the vast majority of the iPhones I own are cracked screens, dead batteries, iCloud locked, that sort of thing. But over the years, I sort of cobble them into like Frankenstein units. So I have maybe three iPhones, and they become one working iPhone and two even more dead iPhones. You know, which is doable because this is before Apple started their bullshit serialization of all the parts to prevent repairs. Before they started going like, oh yeah, we've detected you've replaced the screen. You can no longer adjust brightness for security reasons. That's actual shit that Apple does. Oh. Oh, that's something. You're picking up two more iPods on Friday. How much have you spent on iPods? Screenshot of that. Oh, what? Wow, look at this. This is kind of cool, actually. Little glitches like this could be good for sets. You know. Wow, this is wild. Look at this. Well over $1,000. Ooh, wow. I mean, to be fair, I'm sure I've spent that much, if not more, on cool old technology over the past few years. One of the users says, the place I'm trying to move into, okay. Was there meant to be an image with that? Did I make a save? Yeah. Make a save, cool. Now the glitched buildings. Ah, okay. This is pretty cool, actually. It would make an awesome base. You have 6 4th gens, and you forgot how many minis and nanos. I have so many shuffles, and by so many I mean like 10 max. This is a badass glitch. It's not the first one we've come across either. This has happened in the past. It's very neat. I love how they're both connected to the same power line. Look at these vans all neatly parked. Pretty cool. Pumpkins. I wonder if this game will get a Christmas update. That'll be neat. Years and years ago there was a Christmas update. I'm not sure if it's still a thing that happens though. Might not be. We might leave this as is, not disturb nature. Oh, look at that! Oh, that's a god tier number plate. This is better than Uga. Vaz. It's cool because this car was made by Vaz. Hang on, let me attach. There we go. How awesome is that? The funny thing is, this one wasn't. But this one was. And it's 000 as well. I'm not sure what Vaz actually stands for, but I know it's the company that made this car. Volga Automotive something? The prototype model. How awesome is this though? That is a top tier number plate spawn, if only it spawned on an actual Vaz. Have I tried Rec MP for My Summer Car yet? No, only Beer MP. Pretty awesome. Hmm. You know what I've been thinking about? I mean, it's something I always think about when I'm playing this game. What cars would be cool? Something's glitching a bit. Look at this, we've got a Roadrunner situation again. Oh, ads, sorry. Yeah, something's wrong here. Do we have a cactus glitching out? Yeah, something's definitely not happy. Alright, we'll make a save and load it. Nice. Vaz is Volga Automotive Plant. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I just had an idea. Hang on one sec. This requires dev tools. You missed nothing except me making a save and getting a possibly terrible idea. Okay. And now we take this screenshot. You know what's happening. You already know what's happening. You're about to see it. Depending on how good my Microsoft Paint skills are. My Microsoft Paint skills just so happen to be not great, to say the least. Also, I'm drawing with a mouse, which is yeah, complicates things. Just got to embrace my inner one and only user. Channel his energy. Look at the lava lamp shaking when I drag the mouse around. That's a good sign. No, that needs to be a darker blue. Why is this program so balked? Microsoft Paint does not understand how a fill tool is supposed to work. But to be fair, this is a JPEG, which does complicate things sometimes. Okay, there we go. Phase 1 complete. Oh, we just need to do... Should be simple enough. I'm absolutely infuriated by the paint bucket tool not working properly. But I've come too far to give up now. Never mind, I'm giving up now. Fuck it. You all know where that was going anyways. Chicken King asks, why aren't you friends with me on Steam anymore? I don't know. I think it was because you kept opening and closing games while I was streaming and the pop-up kept coming up, so that was why. I didn't save it. I didn't save it. I closed Paint and didn't save it. I can't show you. It's lost media now. If you don't know what I was going for, which I think everyone does, why is it also low res? I can't actually find a... It was the Roadrunner tunnel. Yes, it was. That's exactly what it was. I couldn't find a high-res picture of it to show you, and my own recreation failed miserably. So, yeah. Not something I should have done on stream, honestly. I'm not a quick artist like User is. I just got a Discord ping here. Nothing important. Anyways, that was a that was a disaster. I apologize for that. I do kind of hope they have actual tunnels at some point. But also fake ones, like in the game. Just to keep players on their toes. Would be pretty funny. Anyways, sorry. Before that, we were talking about what cars would be cool to have in the game. Also, side note, but I really don't see the point of friends on Steam. Like, unless the only platform that person has is Steam. There are better platforms for it. No, no, no. Oh, this thing loses traction so easily. But yes, cars that would be cool in this game. First gen Chevrolet Corvair. That's my thought. The unsafe at any speed car. We'll take this sponge. An old model of Kamaz trucks, maybe like the 4308. Just occurred to me I should be getting up pictures of these so people don't have to Google them themselves. Also, I have to be careful with the images I copy because some of them can crash Streamlabs. Here's a... That link doesn't work. Why is the internet so terrible now? Oh, it's goddamn Flickr, that's why. This is what one of the users suggested. I have no idea why that spawned in so large. JJ Rebeski wants a lava lamp turned off. Okay, any preference? You can pick 1 through 5, starting on the left. Far left? Okay, so the small one. I gotta admit, this would be really cool in long drive, maybe with some like different options for rear things. That would be cool. This is what I had in mind. Why is it so... Fucking Streamlabs. Goddamn Streamlabs. This is what I thought would be cool. That is a wall. I mean, to be fair, more structures would be nice as well. But this car specifically. The only rear-engined vehicle we have in the game at the moment is the Beetle. So another one would be kind of neat. And this was actually a competitor to the Beetle at the time, and not a very good one, although it does have its own place in automotive and pop culture history. Another weird bit of information no one cares about. A 1963 Corvair was the car used in the original Ultraman series. And the reason for that was because it belonged to a member of the production crew. Forgot to pick up this headlight. I didn't want to have to bother with buying or renting a car for the series. So they just borrowed one from a member of the production crew for filming. Zastava Yugo. Oh, yes. Yugo. You go, but the car stays. There are a lot of variants of the Yugo as well. I'm sure everyone knows the Yugo, but here it is. Once again, image fills the screen. Very cute. Very cute indeed. A Gaz M20. Oh, yes. We do need more cars from this era in the game. Check that out. Why is that one tiny? But check this out. That's awesome. This would fit right in a long drive. It's the fucking rhombus. The Yugo kind of is. How about... I can't find a picture, but it's a... Okay, here we go. Oh, it's another Flickr link. God, I hate Flickr. Can only find a picture of the front. But check this out. This is a Toyo Pet. Basically quite an earlier Toyota. And that would fit as well. Flickr links are deceiving because they end in like the image file type, like .jpeg or .png, like you expect them to. But then they don't work how you'd expect one of those links to, so it's annoying. Respawn of... I am not even going to attempt to pronounce that. Kakovansha. Ah, yes, this thing. This absolute science fiction of a vehicle. But it was real. That crazy person has renamed the vehicle Linda. Gotta say, that would be awesome to find in the game. Slow as hell, but very cool. I'm not sure how they'd implement a vehicle with tracks, though. Linda is amazing. Does this car feel like a Linda? I guess so. Bounce airtime. Tiny bit. Nope. No game audio, damn it. Has there not been any game audio all stream? That's worrying. Bit of a stunt there, definitely intentional. Definitely meant to do that. I do wonder if this game will ever get rivers or anything. It seems kind of likely, but maybe that's another eventually sort of thing, you know? The test save that's included with this version does actually have some water, so guess we'll see. Okay, what do we have? Another van. We've been getting like nothing but vans recently. And we have the desiccated corpse of a Wartburg. Looks like the vultures have already gotten to this one. I gotta say, this van was one of the coolest additions to the game, the Barkaz. The community went crazy when this thing was added. It still feels so, like, recent as well, even though this was over a year ago. Be free! Nothing we really need here. Ooh, okay. Now, do we do the doors pink as well? Or do we leave them as blue? What do I think? Trying to think of more funny looking cars. How about, this isn't a car but a bus, the Citroen Cityrama. Check that out. In fact, I'll bring a picture up. Because this thing is quite possibly the most ridiculous vehicle I've ever seen. And AVIF. AVIF. Who uses AVIF files? There we go, that one's a PNG. It's amazing. This is what it looks like for the people who are watching on the VOD, because I think User's the only one here at the moment. This is what the Citroen Cityrama looks like. You know what I like the most? This horn on the front. What is this thing? A unicorn? We're thinking more like a NISA 522. But you would have the Cityrama over that. I mean, Citroen is kind of famous for weird vehicles, especially around this time period. Okay, that's like another little van thing. That's cool as well. Though it is quite similar to the Barkaz. That is weird as hell. The cool thing about the Cityrama is I believe there were only like 5 or 6 of them ever made, and only one is still around, which is pretty wild. And they were all thought to be lost for a while. It was like a lost media vehicle. An actual lost thing. And yeah, they found the last remaining one. And it's currently being restored. You know what would be really cool to have in this game though? Citroen DS. If you're into weird cars, then that's one for you. Also, I've said this before, but something I really think would be awesome is for them to add station wagon versions of all the cars that have station wagon versions in this game. Like this has a station wagon version in real life, but not in the game. So does the Dacia and the Plymouth. Ooh, this looks like a diner, yep. No cars though. No cars. Very odd. Well, not super odd actually, that happens quite often. I love how this thing hits the window and gives like a smashing sound effect, but it doesn't actually break it. Also, gravity? What gravity? Alright, we'll raid the cleaning products. Because this stuff is great for getting bloodstains off dashboards. You could actually make a really cool infomercial parody in this game, you know? Featuring that sort of all the weird products. Same thing when you're speeding and hit a decline in the road and the sound you make thinks you're all... The sound makes you think all your headlights just shattered, yeah. Oh, this has a road going through it. Well, that brings a whole new meaning to the term drive-through. Pretty cool. So there is a lot of wind audio around here. That's kind of annoying. It's the main road as well. Alright, that looks like it. I should check the oil actually, we haven't done that in a while. 2.1 liters. There's bound to be some spare around here. Yep. Don't mind if I do. Any more? Or is that it? Empty. Petrol. Oil. Pretty cool. What do I think of double-decker buses being in this game? I mean, the City-Rama is a double-decker, so that'd be cool. But in general, a double-decker bus would be pretty awesome. Maybe even one of the classic British ones. What would be interesting to see first, though, is a kind of revamp of the existing buses. Because I think it's sort of a shame that you can't remove the seats and turn them into motorhomes or anything. Like you can do with the Barkas vans. Nice terrain. And I still don't trust those tufts of grass. Because it feels like there's going to be a rock directly in one at some point. There's always a rock in them when you're least expecting it. Exactly. Interesting mesa placement. I wonder if that's something they're gonna patch. Like the mesas generating on the roads. It's kind of an interesting thing. I sort of hope they just do tunnels going through them. Ooh, shortcut time. Remember, only take shortcuts during the day. Place these. Sorry if I'm not talking much. I'm concentrating on driving a bit again. You know what I understand? People who eat at their computers. Like, that just seems sort of gross, you know? Don't explode the car into 20 pieces. I'll try not to. Are there even 20 pieces on this thing? Who knows? Could probably count, actually. We'll do that at the end of the stream. But yeah. Eating and smoking at computers. Something I do not understand. I mean, I kind of understand wanting to eat while, like, watching a YouTube video or something, but you can use your phone for that at the kitchen table, can't you? I mean, let's be clear, I'm not ridiculing this, I just don't understand it. Look, we have a Trabant. FTV. FTV. Cage, Cage 23. Is that right? I believe so. Been a while. Welcome back. I have a white keyboard and mouse now. No more eating at the PC. Fair enough. I mean, that's one way to break that habit. Although, to be fair, my brother has a white mouse and keyboard, and he doesn't. Well, he does eat at the computer, and you can tell. Because now they're more brown than white, because they're full of crumbs. Human ingenuity when it comes to being comfortable. But yeah. I have never eaten at the computer. I mean, I have a thing of water here that I drink. But that's different, you know? It's not gonna, like, spill everywhere or, like, make anything dirty. Not much at this building for us. Let's keep going. And yeah, smoking at the computer is even stranger to me than eating, because the tar that goes into the air and gets sucked into your fans isn't good for the machine. Like, it's not great. Like, it stinks, it clogs things up, gets all over your motherboard, yeah. When your computer dies from secondhand smoking. I mean, yeah, you can basically give your computer lung cancer if you try hard enough. I've seen computers that are, like, the airflow is entirely blocked by, dust and cigarette tar and stuff. And of course that can lead to overheating and, yeah. Yeah, basically any electrical device you buy from Japan is gonna have yeah, the signature signs that it came from a smoker's home. Because smoking is very common in Japan. That's something I've noticed, at least with my habit of buying electronics from there. I mean, hell, even in the United States, where smoking is more common than here in Australia, I haven't seen anything nearly as bad with technology from there. Anyways. Ooh, 3 in 1. Nice. It's a lot of shotgun shells. Do we have a shotgun? We do not. You know, it's kind of no secret that technology is sort of disposable nowadays. And I think that's kind of sad. Well, not kind of, very sad. Because I have all these old camcorders and VCRs and things that are very much designed to be repaired. I have a video camera that came with the invoice for a repair that was done on it, like, years and years ago, back in the 90s. It kind of goes with every industry. I mean, yeah, I guess so. There's sort of a curve to it, you know? In the 50s and 60s, at least in America, cars were essentially disposable. The average household bought a new car once every 2 years. And the car manufacturers were trying to get that down to once every year. But nowadays you see people driving like a 30-year-old Toyota and you think nothing of it. You don't even think, they must be poor. You think, well, it's still going. Why not? Right, which road is it? This one. Just occurred to me, those vans we looked at earlier probably had the exact thing Carhole needed. Ah, well. I guess it's also a marker as well, easier to buy than to learn how to maintain. Yeah. That was oddly realistic. Well, we've done 30 Ks. Not sure if that's this stream or since the last... No, that'll be since the last load, though I'm not sure if we've done a load yet. Does seem like the terrain is much more challenging than it used to be. Yeah, not great. That didn't even feel like it should have been that bad. And yet, there go all the headlights. Every last one. You're like clicking off the stream and hearing all the car smashing around sound effects. It makes me think you're driving through a giant toothpaste roller with spikes attached to it. Toothpaste roller with spikes attached to it. I can't really picture that. You mean like a Squidward killing contraption? If anyone remembers that meme? Right, let's whack this back in. Looking good. That's exactly what you're referring to. I do wonder if we'll get any live trees eventually. That would be pretty cool. Everything natural, yeah. Forest biome, maybe? Savannah? Look at that, sun glare. Yeah, going back to that video camera. That's something about, tube-based video cameras, is you cannot point them at the sun. Well, you can, there's nothing stopping you. But doing so will, burn the tube, and there'll be a spot, on the image forever. So you don't want to do it. And that's why they often have a shutter over the viewfinder as well. Because if you have it away from your eye, you don't want light to shine in through the viewfinder and burn the tube that way either. So. "36 kilometers. It does feel like much more of an ordeal, and I imagine this will make speedrunning quite a bit more of a challenge. This is still the beta version, so there's no telling what it'll look like when it's in the final release. I do wonder if the road loops. That'd be kind of cool if it does. Would have sucked to find that out the hard way, yep. The video camera burning. There's actually several videos on YouTube of people finding that out the hard way. Sometimes you can coax it back to life or back to health by leaving it switched on and pointed at a blank wall. And that can sort of even things out. But other times, yeah, that damage can be permanent. Check this out. That is one strong biscuit. Upr. UPR. And Physx. FZX. You know what's kind of cool? If you try, you can grab one of these. Alright, wait, no, you can't. I thought you could grab them out of the sky, but nah, you have to wait for them to fall and turn into regular bat decorations. Kind of weird. These have fully modeled mouths as well. Waiting for the legendary sex license plate. I wonder if that's possible. Should open up the dev mode and spawn in number plates over and over again until we get one. Oh, no, no, no. How did we miss that pole? That was a skin on the teeth situation. Hair on the chin, whatever. I can't remember how the saying goes. Immediately hits another rock. Man, this desert has been going on for ages. You know what's really strange, actually? There has not been a tall grass biome in, like, forever. I wonder. Does this seed, like, not have any, maybe? Tumbleweeds seem less common as well. The infinite deserts of Hungary. Of Hungary. Just kidding, I have hunger and thirst turned off. There is no Hungary here. Hungary, on the other hand. Okay, how is that a spin out? Like, for sometimes when you go over a bump, you can hear like the entire body of the car just whack right into the ground. Kind of like that, except almost more extreme sometimes. You know, I reckon the Golf might actually be the perfect car for this terrain. It never seems to have these spin out issues. Well, not never, but not nearly as much. Perfect car for all-terrain is Beetle with bus wheels and Fury engine. All-terrain for about 30 seconds maximum. The true ATV of this alternate universe. Okay, how was that a spin out? But why? Why would you do this? Talking to the car, sorry. Yep, the wheels are in perfect condition. Although, I wonder. Maybe they're not big enough. Perhaps some white walls would, improve things. It was never meant to handle this power of the Golf engine. You are correct about that, actually. You know what I'm kind of wondering about? When will we get electrical systems for the cars? Because they've said that's something they're working on. I wonder if it'll be by the end of the year or not. Electric car itself could also be a possibility, though it doesn't quite fit in with the time period and location. Yeah, that was just one headlight. We can continue without it. I barely drive at night anyways. Not gonna take that shortcut. Don't think it even is one. Yeah, it kind of is. There's a stop here anyways, so we'll stop at that. You know, we haven't seen a single zombie this stream. That's what's missing. No monkers. They must be on holiday or something. Monkerless. No monkers. Now, what's the point? Gold is worthless in this economy. The economy in question being that. I mean, if we're being realistic though, there's probably oil around here somewhere. Just gotta dig for it. The gold might stop us from spinning out? I doubt it. Especially with physics lock. The weight doesn't really do much. Oh. Interesting. What do we have here? Four-lane freeway? Kinda seems like it. This is interesting. I mean, I think it's just a generation quirk, but pretty cool, nonetheless. We don't make a save here. This is pretty cool. I wish you could trick the monkeys into running into your car, and they ought to sit into the passenger seat and just whisper voice lines at you as you drive along. That'd be kinda cool. Though you can get the same experience just by playing multiplayer. How am I stuck here? Right. Penguins asks, are we there yet? We are not there yet, but looks like we have a, I guess this would be a dual carriageway? I've never seen this before in Long Drive. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Gamer Penguins. Hope you're going well. This is pretty awesome. Ah, they do drift apart though. Ah, well. It was fun while it lasted. Penguin says, much better today, been full of cold since Friday and been off work all week so far. But do feel well enough to go back to work today at last. Ah, that's good to hear. Shout out to Gamer Penguins, by the way. I think he and one and only user are the only people on at the moment, but shout out to Gamer Penguins nonetheless. Ooh, shortcut time? Shortcut time. Another diner. Pinch that. Penguin says, still got the cold, but at least it's not so bad anymore. It'll probably take a few more days for it to go fully. Yeah, at least you're feeling alright. Huh. Going rather well. Nice to hear from you again, Penguins. It's been a little while. Though to be fair, it has been a little while since I last streamed as well. Good to hear that you're getting better. Hearty stew always makes me feel better. I've been streaming at like 3 AM for Penguins recently, yeah, with the IRL streams. They're quite a bit earlier. Right. We'll check these containers out. I don't think there's anything we really need. It's a lot of fuel, but we don't actually need much fuel, since we've got nearly a full tank already. I am sorry. I am hoping to do some more long streams in the future, and I don't mean dial up dude long, which is like 3 hours, but actual stream along, so 6 hours or so. We'll see how well that goes out, though. Might have to switch to different games a few times throughout the stream, maybe. That would still be cool. Like longer streams in general. Cause yeah, I am at the moment I don't go for very long compared to most other streamers. Carl goes for like 12 hours at a time sometimes, and that's like insane to me. Inevitably this would lead to a dial-up to a 24-hour stream. I do not think I could manage a 24-hour stream. I think the most I've ever done is like maybe 8 or 10. And that's like with just me constantly streaming. Of course the speedruns are a lot longer, but that's more than just me. Penguins is about to say the speedruns. Yeah, they don't really count. +52 hours there. Indeed. Empty? Ooh, I'll take that. Ooh, look at this. This is a nice color. XDI. Pinch all of these. Whoops. That was a mistake. One of the users has still got a plan on making that Christine footage. We do. When are you free, actually? You're practically the director of that. Wrong way. User says, generally, whenever I'm on your streams, I'm free. Okay. Maybe shortly after one of the streams then. But we need ants and maybe another to recreate it, but could spawn a Monkus as a placeholder person. That could do. How many actors do you need? Buck says, born to be wild. Born to drive, forced to crash. Just for to recreate that scene I posted of Christine when they're in the auto repair place. That seems doable. Cheating a bit since I left the dev tools on. Vue. V-U-E. I'd send this one free, but there's nowhere to roll it. There's hills all around. Ah well. Allback asks, got any gamer recommendations? I'm looking during the sale. Not really. I've still got so many games I've yet to play, so I shouldn't be buying any myself. One person to drive the car, two as the drivers in the car, one as the cameraman. Okay. I don't know if it's on sale, but I just got a game shared to me. It's called Project Zomboid. Could be fun with friends. Ah, yeah. I've got that, but I haven't played it in ages. I could never wrangle my hands around the controls, you know? Isometric games, yeah, they're kind of strange for me. If someone made a true 3D mod, I'd be interested. Allback says, when I get good internet, I'd be down to retry that world we played. Okay, sounds good. Penguin says, I got way too many games, not yet played some. I had for over 5 years, but still not played. And yes, I keep buying more games. Yeah, it's a problem. User says, I only have like 6 games in my Steam library. Everyone I see has over 300. I think I've got like 10. And yes, most of them I haven't played. Penguins has 199. Allback has 120. How do you accumulate so many? I mean, through bundles, I guess, but still. You know, it's kind of funny. I would probably play more of the games I have if I had them physically. But they're sort of the thing of the past now, physical games. Penguin says, some through bundles, but most were just bought when on sale after I seen someone else play. Fair enough. Allback says, there was a point where I was only buying games that could be co-opted, and if they weren't, it was Yaha, but then I got 64 viruses, so I kind of stopped with that one. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, you just gotta really do your research if you're gonna go that route, you know? Only virus I ever got was from, pirated Photoshop. And the solution was, I just stopped using Photoshop entirely. Because, screw Adobe. Was hundreds of reviews saying the site was fine, few saying not, a few months later thousands saying not fine. Oh well. Remember using Photoshop Express, but they removed it for no reason. It was a good app. I just use Photopea now. It's a free yeah, online editor for Photoshop stuff. Not sponsored or anything, by the way. It's just what I use when I need to use that sort of thing. I will recommend Adblocker though, because it does have ads. A friend we had put a cracked thing on our old PC. It had every Adobe product and Office product too. Then the PC died 10 years later. Coincidence? I think not. Yeah. Pretty cool. It's kind of neat to me how you can just use Office 2010 for everything now. And with that, you can just use the original disk to install it. RFA. RFA. Use code DialUpDude2024 for 10% off your next subscription on Bootleg Photoshop. We lost it all, sadly, so now we have to pay. Well, you never have to pay for stuff like that. There's always a way to pirate it or get an alternative. VBC. VBC. Oop. Need to find a shovel, actually. If you have to pay, you're not looking deep enough. Penguins just uses free alternatives, yeah. It's exactly what you should do. Three metal detectors and not one shovel in this place. Come on. Let's see. Whatever's in there isn't metal anyways. The soft tops are pretty cool. Wonder if we'll get more convertible cars in the future. Snail PTSD. Can probably park this in the garage. Penguin says I use LibreOffice instead of Office, and it's just as good and free. Yeah, I just use Office 2010 because Microsoft doesn't care about that anymore, and you can. What you do is you install it, then you use the product key it came with on the disk, and even if it's been used a million times before, it'll still activate. They just don't care. Right, out of sight, out of mind. Oh, cool, look at that. This means we can stock up on spare headlights. Oh, give. Very slippery indeed. And so many bullets. Quite the collection there. Not a single monkus before they were spawning at bus stops and spawning in families. Yep, not a single one. Wonder why. Must have hit the peak last stream. Oh, those blow up now. That's cool. Let's test that. Ah, not explosive. Gotta admit, this is very fun. The paint cans? Yep, and they just disappear. Yep. I'm checking what things have a disintegration effect. Yep, that does. We know the toilets do. Oh. She's fine. Invincible. I'll pick this one up instead since it's got more ammunition. Take this wheel. You like the special effects of the explosions? It's more like a firework than a sudden release of air pressure? Yeah. It's pretty cool. Right now we have larger wheels on the back. We'll see if that makes things better or worse. Probably worse. Which one was this one here? $243 kilometers, and that's like plus 400 as well. So not bad. Not bad at all. Also, wow, this is a 2-hour stream. Longest stream I've done in a while. Dial up to do the evolution to longer streams is already happening. I do own Satisfactory. I've never played it. It's not installed, so you'd have to guide me through it if it has multiplayer. Just be prepared for tedious over and over things, but with rewarding feelings at the end when it all clicks into place. Ah, so it's Monbazao then. Monbazao. I keep forgetting how to pronounce that properly. Penguin says, I bought it on Epic when it was exclusive to Epic, and it's a great game. We might be able to all play together. Honestly, we could all play this game together now if we wanted to. Given how stable the multiplayer is. Long Drive CSGO was fun. That was fun. We need to do that again sometime. Oblak says I have 40 minutes free, so not right now for me, but maybe another time. Long Drive, the long fortnight? I mean, that could be doable as well. If someone recreated a Fortnite map in Source. Never actually played Fortnite. Oblak says, getting too old to deal with shooting 99 other people. Rather stick to 3 to 4. I still think a long drive race to the end of the road thing could be fun. Where a whole bunch of players spawn on a random side road. And the goal is to get to the main road and get to the end of it. Man, these headlights are bright. Sadly, I don't think that idea is terribly possible, but yeah, who knows? Need to make a mod that spawns you in a random house. Yep. Penguins, you heard me right. Long Drive is now stable. Long Drive multiplayer is now stabler. More stable than it's ever been, and it's very easy to actually play a decent amount of it without encountering many, if any, bugs at all. At least from my experience. And the key seems to be to have your settings synced exactly with the other player. Apart from like controls and stuff, but have your graphics and physics settings synced. No more weird car jumping? Nope. Lobak says, the worst thing I saw was that I couldn't drive, but that was a me issue, not a game issue. We really could do a race at the end. We could. Or at least 100 kilometers as test. Yeah? You know, it would be kind of cool to have like 10 players, and each one, they all start at the start. They each get a car, but it's like randomly selected, totally random from any vehicle in the game. Random condition as well. If the Lambo was ever made spawnable, would that be the new speedrun car? I mean, if it ever spawns naturally, it could be. Though I imagine it'd be so rare, it might not be worth it. I'm thinking maybe End could be cool if it's like gonna be a series. Not one stream, but maybe several streams. Could roll a d20. Or could put... what we could do is we could put every car on a wheel and spin the wheel for each person to decide what vehicle they get. Like someone might end up with a Plymouth Fury, but the radiator is totally rusted. And someone might end up with a Trabant in perfect condition, you know? The issue is if you leave and restart the server, won't it spawn everyone on the host? Yeah, so everyone would have to note down their coordinates and be able to fly back to their positions. Penguin says, if I do it on a weekend, they might actually join for the race. Huh. I mean, this is just like hypotheticals at the moment still. It could be a good, fun thing to try though. Yeah, there'd have to be like a 5-minute interlude so everyone gets back to their spot. Maybe the world could be prepared in advance actually. Like somebody, somebody creates the world, flies to 1,000 kilometers up the road, and places a cone there or something to mark the end. Carl is down for a multiplayer thing someday, so we could ask him. I should be free this weekend. It could happen this weekend. Might be an idea to do a test run first. How do you measure 100 kilometers? Well, you can measure like the X and Y axis when you're flying. So it'd probably have to be like that. It wouldn't be super accurate, but yeah, I guess so. Orbax doesn't think they are, but they'll check. I mean, it's not like this is going to be a one-off thing. It can totally happen again. In fact, it'll probably get easier and easier to do this sort of thing with future updates. Need to establish some rules. What would the rules be? No horsing around. Allback says, looks like it's raining on Saturday, Friday for the other hemisphere, so it should be free then. No ramming, we don't know how well cars handle that. Okay. Clean, fair fight. Don't take stuff you don't need, yeah. No, I'd say if you fill up your tank and there's still fuel left over, leave that for the next person. Don't pour it onto the ground or anything. At the same time, since cars are going to be randomized, some people will be at a disadvantage if they get less powerful cars, so maybe stuff like that could be allowed in some cases. Maybe each person has a special ability that's decided at random. You know, the fuel we get at the start, we could split that 4 ways, or however many. I mean, we can spawn a amount in 4 times for each person. Well, my face when I get rolled the ability of dev mode. That's a bit too OP. You can take spare fuel, but only the fuel you're planning to use, not an excessive amount. Yeah. For a short run like this, these are good rules. But I reckon if it were ever to be like a super big thing, you know, it might be better to have no rules if it was a race to the end. Like complete anarchy. No more than 1 jerry can. I mean, yeah, I guess so. You might need more than that to get to 1,000 kilometers. Depends if the goal is 1,000 or 100 for the first non-anarchy test. 100 seems more realistic, actually, since it's taken me nearly 2.5 hours to do 100 kilometers here. Though it does depend on terrain. If we do it this weekend, could we do it with 4 to 5 people? I'm not sure what the limit is. 5 might be pushing it, especially if they're all far apart geographically. I mean, we can certainly try. No harm in trying. I'm actually really liking this idea. It's a very innovative way to play the game. Olbak says, I'll go ask Blaze now. I mean, we'll probably have me, Olbak, Penguins, and Carhole. If Penguins is going to be available. Might have teams of 2, yeah, that could be possible. Though the more people you have, the laggier it gets, so keep that in mind. I might make a save and open this now, and let a whole bunch of people join, and then we see how it goes. We'll do a test. Well, we won't actually start, but we'll do a sort of test version, you know. Penguin says, don't start too soon either, and I'll be here for the whole time. Huh. Alright, so we'll start, and yeah, totally random. We'll say stuff from the starter house is off limits. Each person will get their own things. Hunger and thirst will be off. We'll start at the bus stop and travel in... We'll travel keeping the poles on the right, as is long drive tradition. Penguin says, can't join now, sadly, as I got to get ready for work to leave in 30 minutes, no worries. Can probably make a spin the wheel thing. Hang on 1 sec. How many cars are in this game, actually? Hang on 1 sec. Right, we can open it up and we can... Okay, so car 01. We've got car 01, car 02, car 02 station wagon. Car 03 and car 03 station wagon. Obek says, also weird thing, Blaze and I's road went left out of the starter house when we started ours. Interesting. I'm starting a wheel spinning thing. So we can decide at random what cars people get. Right, what's car number 8? Ooh. Ooh, that messed things up. Car 08. Do we reckon guns will be allowed? I think maybe guns are allowed, but you have to find them. You won't be given any at the start. Car 09. And there's a lot of cars in this game. Okay. And car 010. We gotta include buses and things as well, should we? Or just cars? I'm thinking maybe just cars. Need guns for self-defense. Is the server up? No, it's not up yet. I'm making the randomized thing at the moment. So who's planning to join? Who's planning to join? For this little test here. Okay, that's all. We won't include the Lamborghini. Sorry, guys. Okay. Bike 03. Okay, that's the the selection. That is a lot of vehicles. Obak says should have 20 minutes. User says can't right now. I'll make a text document for this. Just so we can save them. Cool. Right, I'll set a password. Password will be live, and max players will be 4. It has been created. Feel free to join now. I might turn off the game audio. Allback's here. Right, we'll spin the wheel to decide what vehicle Allback gets. Can I do screen capture? Yes, I can. Odd. Oh, it's tiny for some reason. Wrong one. Yeah, I know the pause menu is a bit weird. You get Bike 03. We might re-roll on that. Just to make things a bit more interesting for the first test. Car 02, not bad. Right. Why is the... I'm gonna mute this. Car 02, and it's gonna be totally random. And random spawn. It's facing the wrong direction. I'll fix that. There you go. That's yours. And we'll roll again for mine. Is Bike 03 a push bike? No, that's a motorcycle, but it's not terribly good. So, we'll stick with cars for this first test. Bus. That is the tanker trailer. We might re-roll on that. Since we're just going to go with passenger cars for this test. Car 09 slide, that is the Barker's van. Which I don't think is as fast, so... Allback says, this one's going left too. Odd, yeah, sometimes the light poles spawn on the other side now. So that's car 09 slide. And random spawn. How they ended up the same color. And I'm guessing... Ooh. We're allowed to fill the radiators to the brim, so I'll spawn in water for that. And we're allowed to have, I'd say, 2 liters of fuel to start with. No, we have to keep the road, the poles on the right side, but you're allowed to go to side roads. Oh no, that's unlucky with the radiator there. Yep, full oil as well, although this is a 2-stroke, so that just means I'm allowed to have... Yeah, there's a garage right there, but we can't go to it. Interesting seed, right. Okay, so I'd say we're allowed to have 10 liters each, but 2-stroke cars are allowed to mix in oil to get to the right mixture after adding the 10 liters. And you're allowed to fill up your oil tank as well. Did you fill up your oil tank? I mean, it's probably not necessary, but... I'd recommend it. You know, let's start with 5 liters of fuel. 5 liters of fuel each. And I'll fill up your oil tank for you. Unless you want to do that. I've got 5.1 because I added oil, but that's the same as having a full oil tank, so there we go. Had to redo the controls. Okay. No worries. Funny how they both ended up being the same color. Cool. I'll turn the game audio back on. And, go! You right? Oh, there's a bit of latency. Right, we'll say the goal is, not sure what the goal is. If somebody conks out, then the other person's the winner, I guess. But conks out meaning not able to go anymore. Like running out of fuel in the middle of nowhere. No, a distance goal is better. We'll say 20 kilometers. 20 kilometers is the goal. We'll see how easy that is to get to and maybe extend it. Oh no, it's gonna be a fight for resources, isn't it? I overshot that, I might just keep going. Oh! Hit a rock. I do kind of need a more powerful engine. Pause for a second, okay. You're remapping controls again? Steering was backwards, oh. You fixed that? Good, okay. But yes, you're basically free to do what you want. I think we'll say this this test run, since it's just the two of us, is total anarchy. I am a disadvantage because I need fuel and oil at the same time. Because it's a two-stroke. So I've got a disadvantage there. This engine is also not nearly as powerful as the one in the Lada, I don't think. Yep. All back scanning. Very much gaining. But they have a bad radiator, so that evens the playing field a bit. Yep, look at that, overtaken. Zooming right on ahead. But for how long? Oh, that was a bit of a crash there. Still going though. Man, it seems like the Lada is actually a really good car to get. That is a lot of smoke. Well, steam actually, because it's the radiator leaking and boiling over. You know what would be kind of fun? A fun twist on this? Doing this, but with other people's cars stolen from multiplayer servers. Oil, I need that. Fuel, yes please. Man, I've already used up 0.5 liters. Looks like they're zooming right past. Please have a good engine, please have a good engine. No, nothing. Didn't check this one though. Come on, open. Nope, nothing good. Not too worried though, they'll have to stop at some point. Long Drive Museum randomizer, that would be pretty cool. Oh, it's absolutely a minefield of rocks as well. That makes shortcuts a bit more difficult. Though we'll still try. Oh. There's been a crash. I'm in the lead again. Seven kilometers in. Looks like 20 will be quite easy actually, so we might try and go for a little bit more. I know Wallback actually can't be around for too long because they've got other things planned, but we'll see. Penguins wants to take another sick day to join us. Well, we'll do this again on the weekend, I reckon. We'll see who's available. We'll jump in a Discord chat as well at the time and see how things go. This thing is like screaming its head off. Basically, the minute we hit hills, it's going to be trouble for me. And it looks like we're hitting hills. Cozy Cozy, welcome to the stream. Hope you're going well. We're doing a bit of a long drive challenge at the moment. A new favorite vehicle for this game is the Beetle. Ah, good choice. It's very cute. Even if the engine upgrade opportunities aren't terribly good. Wacky races test right now. There's also another question. Do you sleep and make it turn daytime for everyone? I think I might. Basically, it's a race. You have to decide what it's a race to. Possibly 20 kilometers, possibly more. It's a test for a multiplayer thing. What's the challenge up hills? Okay, so this engine is not too powerful, especially compared to the engine Allback my opponent has. And they're in a car as well, and I'm in a van, so they can travel a decent bit faster than me up hills. So I'll probably end up getting overtaken. Oh no, not a tree. This does look like quite a flat map though, so... And maybe some luck? That is very unlucky. Did we lose anything important? We did not. Just gonna keep going. It was just the bumpers. Gonna take an ultimate shortcut here. I have no idea where Allback is. The bug in this game climbs and climbs very smoothly. I'd say like a bug would on a wall. Ah, okay. Oh, ooh. That's what I get for reading chat. No, what, it's fine. We'll keep going. Who needs that door anyways? Imagine how much harder this will be when the cars have batteries as well to maintain. Another bridge building. I don't think those can spawn engines though. That mansion might provide some relief. Okay, there's cacti spawning. We're in a desert now. Yeah, agreed. That would be pretty cool. Oh. Oh, why am I going so slowly? Oh. Okay, so tip, don't run over cacti. Probably just generally good advice as well, rather than just in the game. Okay, gonna check for engines anyway, just in case. Nope. Oh, yep, there they are. Shortcutting across the desert. And yes, you are allowed to change vehicles in this as well. Oh, if you so desire. Hey there, gentleman Lucifer. Hope you're doing well. Yep, Lada. I'll take the Lada engine. I don't have any oil. Never mind. Just realized a fatal flaw. I don't have any oil that's not mixed with fuel. Penguin says, will I best lurk and work? Have a good race and good luck on winning the race. I don't think I will. Because this van has put me at quite the disadvantage. Disadvantage. Someone stuck in the desert, I think. Gentleman Lucifer says, I'm in and out of sleep depending on the pain from my jaw. Yeah. Tooth surgery. Never fun, but oftentimes unfortunately necessary. Tough. Hopefully, make a speedy recovery. Okay, we have a garage here. Please, please, please. Oil and an engine. Oil and an engine. That's the same engine I have already. Come on. A Beetle engine isn't better. Oh, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Oil tank full of alcohol. This ought to do it. Right, just need to put oil in. We've got a tiny bit here. I drank it. 1.7 liters. No engines, but we got 3 toilets, like any good garage. Empty, empty. Diesel. I need more oil than that. Please. Empty. Petrol. 27 liters of the stuff. Exactly what we need. I do have the bottom open. Thank you. I would have poured the whole thing through there. All right, get in. All right, good enough. God, this thing is heavy. Okay, in it goes. In goes the coolant. Hopefully this radiator is good enough. I'll check for good tires as well, since we're gonna need them. Nope, no tires. Well, no good ones. We'll stick with what we have for now. And away we go! Oh, there was another garage right up here. Honestly, I would have preferred a Golf engine, but we take what we can get. And of course it spawns a Golf. Okay, that's taunting me. Right, let's go. Don't know where Allback is. I have a feeling they're ahead of me now. God, this thing is scarily quick. You know what? I bet it's thirsty as well. Gonna need to keep our eyes peeled for fuel. Rox is right. The engine is so... The engine is so loud you can barely hear the sound alert. I'm sorry. Wonder how far ahead Allback is. This is where the voice chat would come in handy. That's probably why we'll do voice chat on the real thing when it happens. We did not really decide an ending, did we? We did say 20, but we're past that now because that was way too easy to get to. Pretty good traction. Pullback says I might be boned. Oh. So that might be the end of this one. There's a point here why my wheels pop off. Are they like worse condition? Oh, they've disappeared. Okay. That is strange. Okay. It may not be stable enough for this sort of thing then. Well. That was fun though. That was definitely a lot of fun. Only happened after I put a new radiator in. That's strange. I wouldn't say so. I've heard of that bug happening before. That might be it for today's stream, though. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. It was a lot of fun. Both doing that little race and the regular driving. We'll see if we can do that again in the future with some more people and see how well it works. And yeah, that'll be it for today. Bye.